Alright, let's get into the video. New details on Dying Light 2's factions, open world events, and whether the characters will return. Dying Light 2 developer Techland has released another AMA video, answering the most asked questions upon its upcoming game. Today's video doesn't touch on as many gameplay subjects as the last Dying Light 2 AMA, instead focusing on the upcoming games and characters' story and various factions. With Dying Light 2 set several years after Dying Light 1, in a different part of the world, fans of the franchise were eager to learn if any characters would be returning to Dying Light 2. Lead game designer Timon answered saying that we wouldn't see any familiar faces from Dying Light 1 returning. So Dying Light 2 takes place in a completely different place and quite a lot of years after the events of the first one. For that reason, you will not encounter any returning characters from the first game. That doesn't mean that the previous characters from the factions will be totally absent, though Kyle Crane, the protagonist of the first game, for instance, won't appear, but he will be mentioned in Dying Light 2. Similarly, the global relief effort from the Dying Light 1 will also be appearing mostly in form of free roam events, answering another question on the abundance. From free roam events in Dying Light 2, associate producer Julia said there will also be a lot of open world events in Dying Light 2. Not only will we have a living world with encounters all over, but you will also be able to explore new locations such as the Gore quarantine zones or the dark places. Today, AMA also touched on the game's factions, giving us more specific details on each and how players will interact with them. There are two main factions that players can side with, the Peacekeepers and the Survivors. The former militaristic group that wants to kill every infected it can, as was described as a militaristic regime. The Survivors, on the other hand, are more community-focused on prioritizing survival and the adaptation to post-apocalyptic world above everything else. Working with them will earn players additional traversal equipment in Dying Light 2 open world. A third faction is also present in Dying Light 2, the Renegades. These are the game's bad guys, are a totally irredeemable group that players will fight against no matter what. That being said, players will apparently have options for dealing with them, which may be tied to which faction they side with. The biggest tease in AMA came with a question that has been asked since Dying Light 2's announcement. When asked which ending the following of Dying Light 1 DLC was canon, he simply said the events in Dying Light 2 and the events that led up to Dying Light 2 are strongly connected to what happened in the first game. So when you play Dying Light 2, you will surely discover the answer to this big question. Spoilers ahead for the following DLC. The following DLC that caps off Dying Light 1 with two possible endings. The first has Crane detonate the nuke, destroying the Haran and wiping out the virus off the Earth. The second ending instead has Crane fighting against the Mother, a cult leader later revealed to be a scientist Vital. This fight ends with Crane killing the Mother, but becoming infected as well and escaping Haran and leading a spread of the virus across the world. This ending is often seen as canon by fans, but Techland hasn't confirmed that just yet. Okay, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, comment down below what you think about the game itself. I'm actually glad that they're keeping everybody notified about the game and what's happening to it. I'm just a little bit disappointed that characters will not be returning, main characters. I could see the main protagonist not coming back because he was infected, and that does make sense why they're not going to bring him back. But I would expect a little bit of returning characters to actually come back and and have an influence on the main character. So I was hoping for that. But I do hope to see more. I hope we see more gameplay of this game, and I do hope that we actually get some type of just reassuring at what we're going to be looking at when this game comes out. So let me know what you guys think. When do you guys think this game will be released? And when do you think we'll actually see another gameplay video by either IGN or GameSpot or Dying Light itself, or the Dying Light YouTube channel itself? So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell. And I will see you in the next video.